All right. We are here to talk about test coaching for you and what do we do for our living. And yeah, without further ado, let's start.
Okay, hello. Hello everybody, I'm Pekka Marjamaki from Finland.
And I'm Jani Gronman, also from Finland, from Tampere.
Yes, we work in a company called Solita, and my title is a testing reverend, basically because I preach about testing and then I guide my flock at the company. So I'm a testing coach, I'm a trainer. I've been doing testing so long that I basically live and breathe testing. It's a really big passion for me. And I'm a conference speaker, been doing quite a lot of these things. I try to promote testing everywhere I go. I do tweeting, some blogging, so try to show how important testing is in the IT business.
All right. I couldn't make up such a great title as Pekka, so I'm thinking of being a Renaissance man. But yeah, I also do this coaching and training stuff with Pekka. We work in the same company, and I have a background in software development. I have been working as a software developer and project manager and service manager and testing type of roles also. So I have a pretty wide but not so deep understanding of IT world. So and I like to think of these quality things from a business perspective, maybe a little more than Pekka. So let's start.
Okay, a little bit about our company, Solita. We are based in Finland, but we have offices in 4 different countries, in Finland, in Estonia, in Sweden, and in Germany. We have around 800 people working for us, developers, designers, cloud engineers, data engineers, etc. And this is basically the mandatory company slide.
Yeah.
So
Now
let's
we can
move onwards.
move on. Okay. So why test coaching? How many of you have experience in test coaching, or have you been coached in your testing? Okay. So it's not totally new thing for you. So Solita is a mid-sized agile software contractor company. So we basically don't have our own products, but we develop software for our others through contracting. And we try to be agile company. So we tend to focus on generalists in our projects and in our teams. So our people or developers basically have a wide understanding of different topics, but then they are good in developing things. And as we don't have dedicated testers so often in our projects, we need to have someone on board to guide also the testing and quality stuff, so that the quality keeps moving on with our projects and in our teams. So as I said, today developers and people in the software industry need to have a really wide understanding of how you write the code, write the tests, how you deploy the software in the different environments. Then you need to know about cloud things and different kind of databases. This has been changed a lot in the last 5 or 10 years. And yeah, so
this is our view or an example of developers in our company. This picture shows like a stereotyped developer. In our company, testing skills are rarely practiced by the developers. The focus is more on technology and programming languages, etc. So they don't really waste their energy in learning how to do testing. But they still do the testing, so that's why we try to make them a bit better at testing. Anyhow, they have the mindset is more of a programmer's mindset, so they tend to solve problems in a development kind of point of view.
yeah, if you do code for a living, then everything is a coding problem. So that's the basic kind of issue we have with developers, and we try to coach them to be that better in testing and getting them to know other aspects also than just the functional and kind of feature level things they do.
Exactly. So in our company, they tend to focus on test automation, scripting, unit testing, delivery pipelines, and on code reviews, which are to them like testing skills. And this is what we call the middle finger model. So it's like this, where the developer skills are like the highest, but they know quite a lot of these other things regarding IT business.
Yeah, they need to know about security, of course. They need to know about agile methods of working. They need to know about testing operations, and well, the list goes on. But there are five topics here, and of course, usually they are best in development stuff. And that's where we came in. So we are here with people like agile coaches, which focus on improving the skills in agile methods and ways of working. And in similar fashion, we are on board to improve the testing skills of people and to share the knowledge. So we kind of are the people in our company who is best or we should be the best testers in our company. So we can share the knowledge.
Yes.
And that's why we came toward these conferences and try to keep ourselves updated on the latest topics.
Yes, if you're not the best, at least we're the loudest.
Yeah.
And
it says speaker here. It should be loudspeaker, I think. But yeah.
Anyhow, this model shows also that we're trying to move from the middle finger to the two-finger model, so that people wouldn't be just specialized in one thing. They would have a broader set of skills, and that they would actually be good enough in each of those.
Yes, exactly. Always the wrong button. Yeah. So who are our clients? Well, as I said earlier, we coach our own teams. We do team level coaching, so we can give training sessions or workshop days, as we did in yesterday with Pekka. Here it was one example of what we do, and then we can do one-on-one testing, coaching, and training for people based on their needs. We train people from our own company, but as well as our clients. So I think typically they can be people who are doing acceptance testing in our client companies. So those companies we develop software for, and usually, as you all know, probably they are not good testers, so they need training, and that's one of our audiences. And we can tailor our tutorials and workshops on different needs based. Yes.
So this was like general introduction to what coaching is in our company. Now we're going to show you a concrete example how we're actually doing it in our company. Those who were at the workshop yesterday probably remember this pyramid model. But this is what we use, this kind of model in our coaching. So basically what we do is we have coaching sessions, workshops, where we use this model. We do exercises, generic exercises, and then learn the skills by those exercises, and then practice them in their own context and own projects.
Yeah, our basic message is that there is structure in testing, and there are different skill sets you need to know if you want to be a good tester. And this tries to depict that you need to know about strategy in order to be a design test, and you need to know how to design tests to actually implement them. So, but let's dig deeper a bit. So, as Pekka said, we in our example workshop here, we learned from top to bottom. So on the top of this pyramid usually is the actual test execution, and that's the thing people from outside see when they see a tester in their work. So it's the bashing of the keyboard and using the mouse and looking at the screen and making some notes, and they think that that's all testing is. But of course we know that it isn't, and that's why we start from that and go bit by bit deeper with different kind of exercises like system modeling or test idea generation and test strategy modeling. And we discuss a lot, so those workshops are always about our clients doing stuff, so it's not just us talking.
Exactly. Those conversations then help do testing and test design and design test strategies in practice. So what we help them do is apply that knowledge into their own context, into their own projects, and we facilitate that activity by maybe side-by-side coaching, one-on-one coaching, or by giving tips and some instructions how to implement that, and maybe do some follow-ups to see that everything goes well.
Yeah, we have 2 case examples in the end of the presentation, so we can look at how we interpret this model. But yeah, first top to bottom, then bottom up. And as mentioned, we manage or adjust this model based on our clients' needs. So if it's a team of developers in-house, we might start with test design exercises and work our way from there. But if we talk about, for example, project managers or our clients' acceptance testers, then we might start from strategy building, as we need to know what surrounds the systems, what it's made of, and what's important in testing sense, and work our way from there. So the focus varies on the audience.
Yes, so this is also a bit general stuff, so let's dig deeper into our pyramid. So let's take the testing techniques level. When we're doing testing technique exercises, we are teaching people how to use heuristics, how to use checklists, testing tours. We also help them to do test management, since we think that test managing is a kind of a testing technique because it facilitates the execution of tests themselves. Also on this level, we try to teach them that testing techniques are not, for example, only the boundary testing, etc., but you can execute tests by doing unit testing, execute tests with performance testing. So these are all techniques that we teach them and help them implement into their daily work.
Yeah, and the test design aspect of this structure is learning how to design those tests. So there we do those product modeling exercises where we look at the product from different angles, from like structure and function and data point of view. There also we use checklists and heuristics as a way to remember things and be better in design. And there can be stuff like test scripting or automation test scripting done in this stage, and actually it's not a stage, but in this domain of testing. So things like test ideas, test missions, those are fairly complex and abstract things for people who are not testers. So those need quite a lot of exercises to get the message across.
And then the strategy level. Usually when people talk about testing strategy, they talk about high-level stuff, like company-level stuff. But in our workshops and in our coaching, testing strategy is a way to define the context, to define the environment where we're doing the testing. So we help them understand the context, the missions, risks and goals that affect the testing. We help them understand the quality aspects in the project, and if there are any preset testing activities, how they need to be taken into account. And then of course modeling the product as done in the test design level. All those things are done so that we know what kind of things we need to take into account when designing tests. So this is the bottom layer of the pyramid, which then supports the test design, and the test design then supports the testing techniques, which then supports the execution of testing.
Okay, then we got those couple of case examples. So first one is an example of a large government project in Finland, which is about infrastructure project cost planning. It's a mouthful. So they plan like the costs of public road building and bridge building and stuff like that with this system. And in this coaching assignment, our target group was our project managers, their project managers, architects, product owners, and stuff like that. So a fairly managerial point of view on things. So we started with the strategy workshop. So we defined the context the system is working in, and what affects the system and what affects testing the system, and what's most valued things to our customer, and what are the quality goals of the system. That was the basic stuff we did. So and from there they did some test idea generation on their own, and then we will facilitate also to make those ideas into test cases and in the actual test execution planning, and that's an ongoing project where we pop in and out of the project once in a while to get things moving and keeping things in moving.
Yes, this is a good example of a tailored approach to what we teach in our workshops. So we started on the bottom layer and then implemented that upwards on the other side of the pyramid. And then another case example. This is a different approach. This is a bit smaller project. It's a business-to-business e-commerce project. And in this case, our target audience was mainly developers, also a Scrum Master from that project, product owner from the customer side. That we have quite a varied group of people, and our focus was to help them design testing, help design tests, and then learn new testing techniques, and then we facilitated testing session where that was actually taken into or implemented into their own project. And what we achieved was mindset switch from developer mindset more into a tester mindset. We help them also improve their testing process and understand the importance of testing skills.
Yeah, that's right. So, quick summary on the model we use here is that learning by doing, for starters, and learning with exercises, and doing simple exercises first to introduce the different levels to people, and then going upwards from the strategy up with their own system or some more complex assignments, as we did yesterday in the workshop. And that way they can practice in their own contexts and gain those skills, and then implement those skills when they go back in their daily work. And then we can also facilitate their development further and keep other training sessions on different topics if needed. So we don't do everything based on this triangle model here, but this contains most of the stuff we do when we train people.
Yes, we've been talking about us coaching developers to do better testing. But we can actually use the same model to teach testers do better testing, as we saw yesterday in the workshop. So basically we can use the same model to help everyone increase their testing skills.
Yes, exactly. So this was a quick run through of our process or what we do, and if you have any questions, that would be the time now.